Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Dan Rogers, the head football coach at Hudson High School. How's it going?
Good. How you doing, Casey?
Doing well. So let's talk about how this week of practice has been going for your team this year.
Oh, we had a great week. It continued from a summer we had. Great attendance. Kids have worked hard, putting in the time. And then they showed up for our double days this week and continued that, working hard in the weight room, working out on the field, and just coming together. And then we had our inter squad scrimmage yesterday, and that went really well. So very happy with the first week.
Okay, so before we get into the players, just to clarify something, you guys will be D8 this year.
Yep, we're back in D8 this year. Correct.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about some of the returning players and some of the guys that are going to be guys to watch out for your team this year. Let's start with the skill positions: the quarterback, the running back, wide receiver, and we'll go from there.
All right. At the skilled positions, we bring back quite a bit of experience with us when we look at kids that got a lot of playing time in the last couple of years. We have Logan Ryan and Austin Mary, both actually played for us as freshmen on varsity and now going into their senior year. So they bring back great experience. And we have Cole Mary, Brennan Marshall, Beckett McCaskey, and Tucker Miller. So 3 seniors there and 3 juniors at the running back position. So we rotate those 6 in. And then at quarterback, we've always really liked to have 2 quarterbacks. So we have Coy Perry and KJ Walker will both be rotating in at quarterback. So we really try to get a lot of kids on the field. We don't look at it. We don't look at starting 11. We try to get about starting 17, 18, whatever it is, and rotate them in a lot. So,
yeah. Let's go to the offensive and defensive line.
Yeah, that's where we're going to have a lot of new faces. We graduated a good senior class last year, basically all of our linemen. But we do have some kids coming back that had some experience, and we have some really good, talented, big, strong, young kids coming in. But it starts at center. We have our 1 senior lineman there is Bradley Burcham. And then at guards, we have some juniors that were there, played for us as sophomores also. And so we'll have Jacob Pickford at 1, Baron Mansfield, and then a sophomore, RJ Thompson, there too. So with those 3 working in at guard. And then at tackles, we have junior Angelo Marino, and then we have a couple sophomores, big kids, Malachi Marshall, and Kenny Sledge that'll be working in there. And then we have at our tight end positions, we have Cam Miller, who's a junior, and Kenny Sledge will play a little bit of tight end, and then a senior with Lucius Arnett.
All right. Well, let's go to linebackers and secondary.
At linebackers, basically our 2 guards are our 2 linebackers also. So you'll see a lot of that would be Baron Mansfield and Jacob Pickford. So both juniors. Jacob started all the games last year as a sophomore, and Bear played at the end of the year and started in the playoffs. So they're younger, but they bring back a lot of experience there.
Yeah. Special teams.
Special teams, we're still figuring out who our punters are and kickers, but we will, play a lot of the same kids on that. It is. So won't be much different. But we look for big things. We got some speed back there with Brennan Marshall and Beckett McCaskey. So if they can get the ball, I think they can do some good things, and they'll be returning punts also.
All right. Well, we've talked about the kids. Now let's talk about the schedule. And as usual, you guys have a pretty good one. A lot of teams as well. So I'll just read through this real quick. August 24th, you'll start the season against Hanover Horton at home. August 31st at Benzie Central. September 8th, home against Hillsdale. September 15th at Ida. September 22nd, home against Onsted. September 29th at Blissfield. October 6th at Adrian Madison. October 13th, home against Dundee. October 20th at Clinton to finish out the regular season. So pretty good schedule. Obviously, all these teams. So what is this year going to be like in the LCAA?
Yeah, it's a great schedule. All those larger schools, they're all just well coached, great programs. Even start with Hanover Horton. Their head coach is just second year there, and they're going to be a much improved team with a lot of speed. And then week 2, Benzie Central is an interesting long trip for us to go up there, play a very good football team. They got a lot of skill. So that will be interesting. We want to get our kids in an adverse situation early, and we'll be able to see how we handle that long road trip. But then you look at the LCAA, and it's just competitive top to bottom. I think you still have, you got Clinton there and Dundee and Ida. They bring back a lot of kids. But even the other schools, they're all athletic and they're young. So I think they're all going to be much improved, and really top to bottom every week is going to be a grind. And the way we look at it is it really prepares us for the postseason. If you can survive the schedule, stay healthy, and qualify for the playoffs, we'll be ready in Division 8. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the last time you were in Division 8, you ended up winning a state championship. So,
Yeah.
So of course they won it in 2021 over Beale City, 14-7. So going into this week of practice, where are we gonna what is this week of practice gonna be like for you guys?
We're really trying to figure out up front. We got some talented young guys, but they're all new faces. So we're really trying to get that figured out with our inner squad. Then coming up this week with our 4-way scrimmage and put the pieces of the puzzle together there, because that's going to be key, is how quickly those young kids can adjust to varsity football.
Absolutely. And really, what do you want to see out of this team heading into this week, and then really heading into next week when you have that first game?
It's really, coming together, playing together, and doing the little thing. We're just doing a lot of focus on the fundamentals, pad level, getting off the football, defensively running to the football. So it's a lot of the little things you're preaching, as we just got to get better at that every day.
Absolutely. All right. Dan Rogers, the head football coach at Hudson, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck to you guys this season.
Thank you, Casey.